You know, I got a new computer the other day, but it's in a stack, and so it doesn't have. I have to go and get another. I have to get some kind of camera, webcam or something like that. It's not built in like these cheaper versions of these laptops that I've been using for years. But I don't know. I've had it for like 2 weeks, and I haven't even used it. It's like foreign to me. I don't know what to do with it. But a friend's going to show me how to work it and stuff like that. And I have to get a notepad. It's just using a mouse and things like that. It's not easy. But anyhow, let's see. I've been sick. Had some massive cold. They call it the crud down here. Oh, it's awful. I feel good right now because I'm on a Dayquil and I just came off of a NyQuil. Let me tell you, that shit does a good job. I finally got a good night's sleep, and I have to work later on today, so I'm hoping that it's starting to go away. But it's been like since Wednesday. That's going to be a week here soon. But anyhow, I don't want to go and get no shots. I don't know how to cook. So that having a bunch of food like garlics and stuff like that to try to fix it. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I think that's probably what I should learn. Probably learn how to cook, become some kind of self-sufficient person that way. But no. I've just been entertaining myself a lot lately by going online and talking with people. I call it it's wrestling with my demons. Some of my friends think that, he's got something internal that he's doing. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm internally wrestling with my demons. But it's been really fun. Some of the guys that kind of start off, get that new age garbage out of here. Get that garbage out, those false doctrines of hell and stuff like that. And I'm saying, because I'm really out there fishing. Because I want to pull someone out of hell. I didn't want to talk. Plus it teaches me more about what I'm doing. I did this for like 3 years, 4 years. I actually haven't watched TV for 10 years, and that's when I started learning about this stuff, and then I started, talking about it, debating it. I feel like I'm a good debater when it comes down to it. If it's about something that I know, otherwise I'm just ignorant as hell. I'm as ignorant as what I call other people when it comes down to it. It's a tough word on some human beings. But I've learned since I used it, someone could call me ignorant, and I said, on what? Just tell me what, and I'll agree with you or I won't. But that's how my mind is now. Maybe at one time someone would call me ignorant. It might freak me out to the bone. But you have to understand that that's just not how a strong foundation will work. When you build yourself on this stone thing, that Jesus says, you would have this, this character of Jesus teaches that if you could build your house on stone, then when things come at you, you're not going to freak out. You're not going to, it's not going to take you down. You may have to bend, like the tree in the backyard, that never has been broken by the wind, because if you think about it, everything is the mind. It's all about our mind. And when people are, I've been flat Earth. I said we got a flat head if you're going to think about flat Earth. But flat Earth comes along with the Mandela effect, and whether people see it or don't see it, that's an interesting mystery of its own. Whether they want to see it or don't have to see it, because we make up our minds, in the theater of this world we live in. And so, why can't it be what we want, what we were looking for? Like, I created this world that I'm in down here in Key West, but I know, just through years of living this thing and having to communicate it with other people through interviews and all, that I don't know what brought me to Key West. I just came here. I can't remember who talked about it, who told me to go south. I can't say any of that stuff, but I know that this home here, it's like I've been here all my time, all my life, and it is home. And then when I leave here, I get sick. And I've developed something in the back of my head somewhere that says that, that don't leave. Just, because it was painful. And but down here it's beautiful. All right, and and I've learned so many things, and I've been so many people during my time. I'm talking with people they say, oh, we're in the Matrix reality. So yeah, so now we're in a Matrix reality, and a Matrix is almost like someone else is calling the shots. You're making them like we're puppets. And a lot of that could be true. I've swore in a lot of ways, that when I walked my dog around the block here, one day a certain thing would be there, and the next day, after being there for years and years, one day I walked by and it wasn't there. And the same, things had changed. And, hey, maybe someone just came and fixed it all up, I didn't know it. I work, I'm always in the backyard here or something. I don't keep track of everything. I'd walk around after noticing it and making a remark about it, come back around again and say, it was all back the way it was. And it happened, on this other side of the street with me. I was walking the dog, and they're working on this house, and they have a porta potty right there in the corner. Porta potty for the workers. And it's all hooked up to the system and everything, but it's outside the house in the corner yard where you can see it when you walk by. And one day, I walked by and it was gone. And I said, I'll be damned, They don't have to empty that, what happened, But everything was gone, like it was never there. And so, I just put it out of my mind, and damn it, I walked by there, and it's all back again. Now since the house has been reconstructed about a month now, it's gone. It's all gone. Everything. But it was there, and then it wasn't there, and I'm not really a nut. But it would show like there was something there, and then there was not something there. So it could be a glitch of some kind. But, they're all talking about flat Earth. They're talking about glitches in our world, and that they could watch the moon, and the moon, as the moon is, there's like some kind of a zzz, and then there's a glitch, and everything shakes. People are looking at things through these eyes, and when you look at these are called thieves. When you look through them, the whole world around us is upside down. All right, and these beautiful monsters, these eyes of ours, flip things back around for us. And if you really thought about it, there's some kind of a mechanism that's picking up everything that we are looking at and describing it for us. There's a whole lot of things out there to see, but it really focuses on just these few things, but sees all. Flips it around so that we can see it, and our brain flies away. How do we know what it looks like out there? These whirling dervishes, the whirling dervishes, whatever they are, that sect of people that spin, supposed to be the turret of the energy that we look like. If you were just to be able to see past our flesh and just see the energy of us, it would just be like, all these like whirling dervishes of this could be what the world is that we're looking at. But we need to have it. We're all still stuck on the physical. Everyone, even Bible people, religion people, they're so attached to the physical, what they could see, that they can't take the information that I give them of something that is invisible. That this is where we need to be working on. This is what we have to look for. This is where we'll find our answers. But they're looking at things that are tangible and solid to see if this will bring them the answer. And I said, you're not even looking at the real thing there, So your hypothesis or your idea is still going to be, from what we can see. And in the spectrum of things, in the world of what we can see, it goes on for a long time. It would be like miles and miles and miles long if they were to string it out. And the part that our eyes see, the art that we can actually make out, would only represent maybe this much of it, before it would go into, infrared and ultraviolence, whatever, there's a whole lot more that we can't see. And I think that that's the place where that will define whether or not we're round or flat or matrix. They're saying that they can look way down deep into things, with the Cauldron Collider, and they can see computer code. But I think that's just the way our eyes are working. We're a machine, and I would think that the eyes have it. The eyes have all the knowledge, has everything that we're looking for. And to rely so much on the physical is one of the reasons why people don't find this God or even find themselves, because they don't trust those things that they don't know about. And so then there's a whole lot of, to know yourself is to know this God, And if you could understand that it was just the energy, and that you're the energy, there's a whole lot of answers that are just, gone. A lot of questions to answers, or answers to questions will be dissolved, or at least thought of in a different light. I know it's just funny. I don't know what all really left to talk about other than, it's not New Age to learn about phonics or the healing through frequency. The magics of everything, of things that we can't see, what they can do with things. You look down at an atom, the atom is empty. It's waiting for you to say something. It's ready to be recognized. A neutron or a photon, a messenger particle, an angel of light. Everything coming from the sun is coming at an angle. And when it touches the brain, when it touches a receptor or something, it's exchanging information. It's something that I look for something. I'm looking for it. As soon as I recognize it, it turns from a wave into a particle. These are these messages from God. All right? It's just really easy to explain some of these things. What is God? Well, God is, he says in the book, he's both good and evil, and creator of light and darkness. Well, let's talk about that. That means he's a symbiotic, or he's a polarized energy that's probably in a swirl of some kind, like the idea of the yin and yang, or that the fish, Pisces, where they're joined together but going in opposite directions. They can't ever be taken apart. But if you're going to think of it as a physical thing, then they can be taken apart. We've got to take them apart, and if you killed either one of the sides of this energy, then we wouldn't exist. Understand? This energy, this God, only exists because we bring it into life. When we're all dead, who's going to be there to praise him? Is he going to have to plant a whole new bunch of crop of people so that he can get praised? The way it is now, the way it works right now, you don't have to do nothing other than breathe to serve one of these masters. And this is the skin, whatever, It doesn't take anything. But taking all this in all the time without knowing a way of cleaning house. You could probably adjust so you only had so many things come into your life. That's wonderful. This is still your carnal mind having intercourse with itself. This is the idea of the sons of God coming into the sons of women. I mean, the God damn it, the son of man. It's about the fallen angels. See, I'm going to have to start putting all my cues down on a piece of paper here. But that whole idea is that the male side of us, the carnal mind, is having intercourse with its emotions, and it brings about religion. And these are the giants of our day. We created them. Again, we're looking at the physical. because they can't understand that what we've created here is religion, and none of us can match these people. And they tell us, well, if you do what we tell you to do and you're a good person, you got to hate certain group of people and you got to act this way to be to this people, just like funneling you down. Billions, millions and billions of people follow this way, and it's supposed to be the least chosen path. We're talking about physical, all right? The Bible teaches about the not physical, the invisible, and how to reach it, how to go inside, how to turn the light on. Light's invisible. You can't see it. Another thing is that it comes through you. It's just something that we need, and that we've been tricked out of. It's like the world feeds off of darkness. Our skins feed off of the darkness. We need it. We just need it. It is that necessary evil in our lives. But if we don't have a way of cleaning out the insides, which is what Buddha and all these people, and even Jesus, they talk about, you've den of vipers. You all look really pretty on the outside, but the inside of you is death, and decay and destruction. It's always been talking about, hey, why don't you come in? You can take care of your physical side of you, but you need to take care of the invisible side, the inside of us, and that's where the kingdom is. This is where it becomes desolate and worthless. It's whenever the beast has got the bitch, the whore, strapped to his back. He treating her like shit. He ain't using her. This feminine energy's been come under attack, and and it's just a positive energy to the negative energy that has to be shut down before it could ever even work. So, wisdom and all these things will come from inside of us. They're not going to come from us looking with these two thieves out here to try to find anything out. There is a certain amount of going inside and bringing out this intuitiveness. Where do you get that from? Do you go and buy that at the grocery store? No, you don't. So, anyways, don't get all hooked up on this, what's flat and what's this, I don't know that that's important, If they want to find something out, find out how our eyes work. Let's get this theory knocked off first. And then we'll be able to see what our eyes see, instead of just making it all up. Remember, relying on the physical is always the way the direction says it's not to be. It's to rely on the insides of us. All right. Anyways, best to you, and I miss y'all, and I love you. Take care.